Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel today. So what I'm going to do today is talk about, it's actually a message I received recently on, I think it was on TikTok I received it. It was after I put a video out in regards to things going on between Jess Phillips, Keir Starmer and Elon Musk. Now, if we all put that to a side, okay, and address the message. Now, for those who don't know why I set up Kevin's Upfront Opinion, it's actually by accident. I never had any plans to do it. Basically, how it came about was I used to work for a local newspaper. You know, originally started just taking photos, then just basically ran the website. I've never been a reporter, I've never been a writer or anything. I'm not very good at writing, to be honest. Then I worked at a radio station, and because of the people that were there, they had different political views to me. And the editor at the newspaper and the chairman at the radio station, I'd talk about current affairs. You know, and my personal opinions. Sometimes we'd disagree, sometimes we'd come to the same kind of agreement, whether it's about Brexit or what happened at local councils, all different types of things. And after I left them, I had nobody to moan at apart from, well, to be honest, my wife. She had enough of me. So it was either that, or she would threaten to kick me out, or kick me in the kids' bedroom for each night or on the sofa. So after seeing this guy who was a taxi driver, I think it was down in the West Country, and seeing what he was doing, I thought, sod it. It gives me some way to vent and moan. So I said to my wife, how about doing it? She said, yeah, go on then. It gives you something else to do. So I started up Kevin's Upfront Opinion. And it was just basically about giving out my personal opinion on different types of things. And that's how it started. And then recently, I got this message from this guy. And I don't think he's on this planet. Because his view is that basically, unless you agree with what the government, as in the Labour Party, want or believe in, you should not have an opinion. So think about that. Because that's a bit like the way that the Nazis operated before the Second World War. You didn't agree with them, wasn't great. If you look at how Castro ran Cuba, if you look at certain South American countries, you look at how Putin runs Russia. The only opinion in Russia is Putin's opinion, whether you like that or not. And that's the good thing about in Western society, because you have things called debates. You know, if you could, a classic example is when Katie Hopkins, no matter what you think about Katie Hopkins went to the Oxford Union and addressed the Oxford Union. And it's one of the things she said, you're very lucky here. Even though most of you may not agree with my views on things, you've had something in place here for over 200 years where you can debate and argue and discuss. No different to our Houses of Parliament. Now, when you come back full circle to what the guy said, his view is the likes of Talk TV shouldn't be allowed. They shouldn't be operating as a business or anything, or putting their views out. GB News shouldn't be, and it should only be for the likes of LBC, the BBC, and those mainstream ones. Why? Because they're left-leaning and give the narrative of our government. Which is okay if you want to go down that route. But for democracy in all, that's not a good thing. Because at the end of the day, it's good for democracy for having opposing opinions. Now, I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with me. You know, people can say what they like. You know, I have plenty of hate coming on the YouTube channel telling me how wrong I am and how despicable I am. And that's fine, I've got no problem with that. I've always been open. I've always said, don't put yourself out on social media or YouTube or Rumble or all these different platforms if you can't take people disagreeing with you. If you can't accept that, you shouldn't be out there. And that's why I don't mind it. Plus, I've worked in the double glazing industry, so I'm used to people slating me and everything at the end of the day. So, what I'd like to know is he right that the likes of GB News, forget about them as a company, but because of their opposing views, you know, things that they have said about government, you know, they are on the other side, they're not mainstream. You know, the likes of GB News and Talk TV and all these other different platforms. You know, the likes of Dan Wootton, you know, he's got his own YouTube channel and lots of other things. Is it good for democracy? Or is it bad? Because in my opinion, it's the right thing to have opposing opinions. Because if everybody agreed the same, we'd have the Labour Party in power for the rest of our lives. Well, some people might think that would be a good thing. Some may disagree. But for now, let us know what you think in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, if you could please like and share it. Otherwise, if you could also follow my channel, because I do try and put as much content out as possible, as much as some people may not like me doing it. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again a bit later.